Hi children, very good morning, and today I am going to talk about the waste management. As you know that everyone need food for getting energy, and we all eat food. By the process of digestion, the food is getting digested. That means the complex food become into a simple food. But when you are taking different kinds of nutrients like carbohydrates, proteins and fats, so can you imagine only one enzyme can digest all these nutrients? Obviously no. That means different nutrients requires different kinds of enzymes like amylase, protease and lipase. In the same way, so as part of our life, we are all generating different kinds of waste materials into our surroundings. And these wastes also need to be simplified, and these materials can be classified into two groups based on their degradation or nothing but decomposition of the materials. So based on that, we are classifying all the waste materials into two groups. They are nothing but biodegradable and non-biodegradable. So first one is biodegradable waste and second one is non-biodegradable wastes. Now come to the definition. What are called biodegradable and non-biodegradable wastes? Come to the first one, biodegradable waste. See the definition. So in the definition itself it is given the materials are the wastes which can easily decomposed into simplest harmless substances by microorganisms, especially the scavengers like bacteria and fungi. That means biodegradable means biologically they are degrading. Means the microorganisms like fungi and bacteria decompose all the materials what we are discarded out. Such materials are called as biodegradable waste materials. And come to the second one, non-biodegradable wastes. So non-biodegradable waste means that waste cannot be broken down into simpler substances or simpler harmless substances. It is not possible by microorganisms. That means so that group of microbes like fungi and bacteria can't break down some of the materials. Such materials or such waste which are not decomposed by the microorganisms termed as non-biodegradable wastes. And if you come back to the biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste materials, and we can come back see that differences between the biodegradable and non-biodegradable wastes. First one, already I said as the definition, these are simply decomposed into organic matter, and these are not easily breaking down, and even they are taking lot of time, and even it is by the physical process, not by the man-made or generally what you call natural process. And come to the next one, recycling. The biodegradable waste materials are easily recycling by man or by the nature. Maybe different biological materials need different time periods for decomposing, but obviously they are all simply recycling. They are all recycling. And come to the non-biodegradable waste materials. Non-biodegradable waste materials, they are not recycling because their chemical composition is inert. That means they never break down into simplest form, and they retain their form lifelong in the nature. And come to their how they are made up of. Come to the how they are made up of means biodegradable waste materials are formed by natural ingredients, or the animal waste or plant waste or human refuses, whatever is that, they all comes under natural ingredients. But whereas non-biodegradable waste materials are made up of synthetic materials. That means completely they are chemical based. And come to the next one is about ecological balance. Ecological balance means these biodegradable waste materials never harm the environment, never disturb the ecological balance exist in the nature. But whereas non-biodegradable waste materials affects the environment and affects the members of ecosystem very badly, because these waste materials are not decomposing and they are persist for long time in the soil. They leads to number of environmental problems. One of the most important environmental problem to the ecosystem, especially to a food chain, that is called biomagnification. We'll discuss in the coming part what is biomagnification. And come to the last one, nothing but products. When these materials are decomposing, as a result of the degradation process, they produce useful products to us. Which one? Biodegradable waste materials. But whereas a non-biodegradable waste materials releases harmful toxic materials into the nature. These are the differences. Definition we discussed, how they are recycling and in what way they are made up of, and how they are play a role in the ecological balance and its products also. Now come to the next area, how to manage the waste materials. And as you know that nowadays most of the people are habituated to use what? Plastic. And plastic is dumping onto the land area for more and more years. But as per the management of waste material, especially I am talking about solid waste materials in this class, how to reduce the usage of the waste materials and how to manage them. First we have to follow the concept called as 5R. What is the concept? 5R. If you see the 5R concept, we have 5 R's. First one is refuse. Second one is reduce, reuse, recycle, recover. And this is nothing but what you call as a waste management hierarchy. If you observe that waste management hierarchy over there, first one what is given? Refuse. So what is refuse means? We have to refuse the what are the materials which are non-biodegradable. Refuse it. That means we are not entertaining to use the materials. That is what the first point is, refuse. That is the most desirable task we have to do in the favor of what? Management of waste. That means we have to refuse the usage of such materials. And second one is reduce. What is the second one? Second one is reduce. Reduce means we have to reduce or the use less. We have to use less such materials whenever we are supposed to use. We have to use less. And come to the third one is reuse. Reuse, for example, if you want to use a plastic cover, and we can use the plastic cover more than one time. That is called reuse. So first one is refuse means avoid that. Second one is reduce means you can use but it should be limited. And third one, reuse means we have to reuse the same cover more than one time. And the fourth one is called recycle. Recycle means we are collecting the materials and we are sending into what? Special recycling units. By that we can get lot of energy from the waste, and even from the different metals we can extract from the waste materials. And finally, recover. Finally, we can recover that waste materials and we recover the biodegradable and non-biodegradable materials, and then we are sending to the land filling areas. This is how we have to follow strictly the 5R concept, that is called as waste management hierarchy. So the first one is refuse is the most desirable area, and whereas recover, that is nothing but sending to the land filling areas or dumping yards, is a minimum task. And come to the second one, how to manage. So we have different methods are there here. Different methods to solid waste management. Here we have 6 methods are there to reduce the or how to manage these waste materials and to dump or to use in a different way. First one, if you take, first one is nothing but landfills. As you know that landfills are nothing but the large areas of land where we are dumping the solid waste materials from the nearest towns and cities. And as per the environmental point of view, it is not a sustainable method of waste disposal. And come to the second one is incinerations. What is the second one is? Incineration. Incineration is nothing but what? Combust. Combusting means what? The materials which we gathered from the household areas, we are burn them. That is called as combust them, is nothing but by using incinerations. And come to the third one is called as composting. Composting means nothing but we can make a manure by using the biodegradable waste materials. By that we can make a compost. First one is what? By sending to the land filling areas, landfills. Second one is incineration. Third one is called composting. And fourth one, biogas production. Biogas production means gobar gas. methane is a gas which is used for cooking and even for lighting purpose by using the cow dung or other animal refuses. And the last one, fifth one is nothing but vermicompost. Vermicompost means what? Making the manure by using biological easily degradable materials by using what? Earthworms. That is called vermicomposting. And the last one is called waste compaction. Waste compaction means what? Converting the solid waste material into very less sized what is called solid waste by using the compaction machines. So that is called as waste compaction. And finally, so when you are disposing the waste materials as a civilized people, we have to use separate dustbins for wet waste as well as dry waste. And everyone should take that motto, reduce the usage of plastic, avoid plastic, save environment and save yourself. Because of that, so worldwide we are celebrating World Plastic Bag Free Day on July 3rd. Avoid plastic and be safe. Thank you.